Not sure if this is something I'd get past. Funny how forever doesn't last. You made mistakes, I made some too. Can't put it all on you. Who knew love could hurt like this? It'd be easy for me to just walk away, but I remember all the promises we made. We said whatever it takes. I promised, you promised, we promised to stay down until all. We said whatever it takes. To love and to hold, to be true. Never put no one. We said whatever it takes. I promised, you promised, we promised to stay down until all. I'll do whatever it takes. To love and to hold, to be true. Never put no one before you. It's been some time now, yeah, I still love you. Do you feel the way I feel? When I'm all alone, you're all that's on my mind. You have my heart after all this time. Can we give the trust back that we lost? Can we just restart back to you and me? See, it'd be easy for me to walk away, but I remember all the promises we made. Whatever it takes, whatever it takes, I'll do whatever it takes. To hold, to be true. Never put no one. We said whatever it takes. I promised, you promised, we promised. Do whatever. To stay down until all. I'll do whatever it takes. To love and to hold, to be true. Never put no one before you. I never saw this coming. Can we give it one more try? Deep down inside, you'll always be mine. Our love is worth fighting for. I'll do whatever. We promise to stay down until I'll do whatever it takes. To love and to hold, to be true. Oh no, no, before you. Don't you give up on us. Don't give up on love. To stay down until all. I made a promise to you. To love and to hold, and you promised me to do whatever it takes.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. Let me make sure you guys can hear me before I get started. All right, good. I'm on there. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. It's Friday. It's your boy DH. I am back. I am well again. God is good. And we are here for Circle Talk, which I am really, really excited about. This brother, I met this brother about a year ago, almost a year ago, a little bit over a year ago. Heard him online during the lockdown, and he was doing some covers, some R&B cuts that I was like, okay, a little Jodeci, a little Next, a little bit of all of those favorites that most of us know and love. He was singing some songs, and I was just like, okay, I like his style. We need to talk. So I hit him up in his inbox and told him I was doing a little show called One Love All Around the World, and I wanted him to be a part of it because I enjoyed his musicality, his professionalism, and the way that he carried himself when he was in front of the camera. And we chopped it up and we did a show together. And since then, he's just been continuing his drive to be the best artist that he can be. He's written a lot of amazing tunes and originally or recently released his album, Whatever It Takes. As you guys could hear the song in the intro video, that's his song. That's like my song. The first time I heard that song, he sent it to me in my inbox, and I was like, okay, well, let me hear the full song, because he just gave me a little sample. And so he sent it to my email, and I listened to it. I was like, bro, that's a cut. That's a hit, bro. That's a hit. That's like a hit, universal hit from like 80s, 90s to now not hit. And I was like, let's go. Let's go. That's gonna be the one right there. And from that one, I he sent me a few others, and literally his album's out right now. You can catch it on all social media platforms. Man, go ahead and listen to it. Mr. Joshua Showtimes Williams is the real deal. If you guys know and love R&B music and good, he's got a great sound. It's not like your average sound. He sounds like you could get you got a little Jodeci in him. You got a little bit of Dave Hollister, and it's clear, concise, and you understand him. And what you hear on the album is what you're gonna get in person, and that's the one thing that makes his music so amazing, and him as an artist, someone to watch. Because there's a lot of people that go into the studio and they sound great in the studio, but then you see them live and you're like, that's not the same person. Josh is not that person. He's an amazing artist, and his vocal ability. He plays a few instruments for you guys. But anyways, we're gonna get into all of that, guys. I don't want to get all the meat and potatoes before we bring them on. So first, before we move forward, I just want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, iShotCheck.com. Thank you so much for continuing to support us, support the movement. If anybody's locally in the Washington area that's looking for somebody to take some great family portraits or senior portraits or any portraits of your family or yourself, headshots, if you're doing some professional headshots, he does it all. So go ahead and hit up iShotCheck.com. He has a great deal going on right now. He'll hook you up. So iShotCheck.com. All right. Thanks, bro, for continuing to support. But without further ado, I don't want to keep anybody waiting. Josh is in the building. Let's bring him on. Let's talk. Let's get into a circle talk. Let's go. What's going down, Josh?
Yo, what's happening? How are you? Thanks for having me, my brother.
Thank you, man. Like I said, man, I've ever since the first time I heard you, I knew you was something special, and I was like, bro, we need to connect. Let's make it happen. And man, you just been continuing to grow and continue to put out good music, and I'm really excited for the people to hear your album, bro. Like, if you haven't heard the album, guys, trust me,
Yeah, go get it. Go
Never
get it.
Take
Go
is
get
hot. But he's got other hits on his album too, and we'll get into that as we get into the conversation and talk to Josh and break him down. But first off, man, how's everything been going though?
Hey, man, I'm doing well. We're still surviving the pandemic. Luckily, I'm working again, so I
Yeah.
have no complaints. Good to see you upright, like I was telling you earlier. I know,
Right.
your past
Yeah, I
couple of
was a
weeks have
little
been
worried.
crazy. But
We was a little worried for a minute, but
yes, sir.
God's
But
good.
good
He
to see
worked
you
us
back
through it.
upright, kicking.
Yeah. So let's jump into the convo real quick, bro. Let's not get into the album just yet. Why don't we
Okay.
talk about you, man? Where did this all start for you? Where were you born and raised? Family life. Tell me a little bit
So
about that.
I'm a military brat. So I moved around a lot. So not necessarily born and raised anywhere, but like most singers, I started off in the church. My dad's a pastor. Been involved in church for a long time. So
Yeah.
I've been singing since I was 4. I think professionally, I got my start in 2014
Mm-hmm.
down in Tallahassee, Florida. That's like my second home, is what I call it. So when I talk about music, that's where I got my professional start at, is in
Yeah.
Tallahassee. So a lot of my upbringing and training took place there. I mean, I'm still
Okay.
training and learning now, but the foundation of it all started there.
Did you go to school out there? Is that where it comes? Or
Yeah,
you?
so I went to college out there at Florida State University,
Okay.
but I left to go get a master's degree. But when I came back for my second time around in Tallahassee, that's when I got involved in a band called Tallahassee Nights Live. And I mean, it was a professional band that traveled and everything like that. And so
Yeah.
they served as my family, as well as like the hub for me to just keep getting better as a singer, performer, songwriter. Like, they gave me a platform, and I just try to take every advantage of every
Yeah.
show that they allowed me to be a part of.
Sure.
So yeah, they're a big part of my musical development as a professional artist today. Like
Okay. So
without Tallahassee Nights Live, there's no Joshua Showtime Williams.
Do you guys still link up and do shows when you go there, or do they
So
venture
I,
around
I
with you?
only just moved away from Tallahassee this last time in 2018. So I was gone a year, and then the pandemic hit. So I haven't done any shows with them
In a
since
while.
just yet. But if there is a show and they ask me to come back, then yeah, I'll be there.
Gotcha. So after leaving there, when did you release your first album? Because this isn't your first album, right?
No, this is my third studio project. So
Okay.
my first one I dropped in 2016. It was an
Okay.
EP, just 5 songs, um, and that was just me wanting to have something with my name on it out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of my favorite ones for sure. I mean, I like all three of them, but that one has a couple of my favorite songs on there. But yeah, that was my first shot at, let's just put out a project and see what happens. See if people are liking what we're saying.
What do people think? What do people think when you released it? They
So
jump
I
on it?
think no, they were feeling it. So to this day, I think "What If" is probably still a lot of people's favorite song
Yeah.
across all.
I
of the
heard all your
projects.
songs, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think "What If" is still probably the fan favorite.
Yeah.
Across all of the projects so far. We'll see if that changes once this
Yeah.
one has some time to be out there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So let me ask you something, man, because I'm just like me and you. We're both obviously Army brats, and my mom, she was heavily in the church as well. Um, so what are your biggest music influences? Because obviously, you being a church-going guy, you probably sang a lot of like, you heard some Shirley Caesars, Linda
Right.
Adams,
So I'm a
Wanda
late
Adams.
'80s babies, '90s kid. So my favorite gospel artists are actually Kirk Franklin and Fred Hammond. So
Okay,
those are
yep,
my two favorite gospel artists.
right. So when did the R&B side of you come out?
Right. So the R&B side probably didn't come out until high school when I moved. So my first 2 years of high school was in California,
Yeah,
and I was still always singing. But when I moved to Illinois, I linked up with a couple of close friends of mine to this day, and they were in a rap group, a music group, and they was like, "We need a singer." I'm like,
yeah,
"I sing," and so we got together and we just started doing music in high school. That's when I
okay,
started diving into the R&B side of stuff. That's when I had to start catching up on all the R&B stuff that I was missing. I mean, of course, I knew all the '90s R&B growing up in the '90s and
yeah.
stuff like that, but I wasn't singing it, performing it like that.
What was the one though? What? Because I mean, there's always an album that like you had to play like on repeat. That was like, yo, I want to do what that guy's doing or that group is doing. Which one
Ooh,
was it? There had to be at least one.
okay. Well, for me, like
Because
I said,
me,
I'm
it's
always
New
singing, so I
Edition.
think
I'm gonna say New
whatever puts
Edition
me
all
like
day
I
for
gotta
me.
do it is going to be probably Confessions.
Okay, Usher, that's a good
Yeah,
one though. That's
yeah,
20 songs. You got
yeah,
you got
yeah.
options.
Right. I think that one pushed it over the edge. I mean, of course, I'm a big Boyz II Men, Brian McKnight, all
Yeah,
those '90s people. I'm a big fan of theirs. But I mean, that Usher's Confession album, and then watching him as a performer, and of course, I love Mike, but Usher is closer to my age, obviously. Um,
yeah.
so
Were you a
watching Usher,
dance? Did you dance at all?
yeah, I danced.
What?
Hmm
What?
I,
Cut a rug a little bit.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I remember those days too, man. Because when I mean I'm a little older than you, obviously. I'm more of a '80s baby, but you but I like all that music. All that era of music's probably the best. '80s and '90s, some of the best music ever made. But for me, like when I was in high school, college, around the same area as you, like I had gotten to a group as well. And at first I wasn't really into the whole dancing thing. I was just a singer, two-step singer type of guy. But I got with a couple of my friends, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I do know how to dance a little bit. So I started. I remember I got into a group. I was in a group called Acapella. Then I got into a group called Schoolboys, and we used to do all these choreographed
Yeah,
songs and basically everything. We was like you said, like Boyz II Men was. We watched all of what Boyz II Men did. We tried to do all their harmonies, and then obviously we ventured back and got into the whole New Edition and the two steps and all that
yeah.
stuff. But man, like for me, that era's really made a huge effect on me because like my mom's always had us in the church. That's all we listened to. But then once I got older and ventured off and started to go into a regular school and being around friends and stuff, because I went to church school for the first 5 years of my life.
Okay.
So once I ventured into the regular school, then I started hearing all this music, and that's when it kind of exploded for me. And but this ain't about me. This is about you.
So
Man.
the funny thing about you saying dancing, so most people think, so the people that know me but don't know me, but they know me a little bit from passing, they think that my nickname Showtime comes from me being in a fraternity.
Okay.
So most people think that's my line name and that's how I got it.
Yeah.
But I actually got the nickname from being in my dance troupe while in college.
Oh, okay.
So me dancing, I used to dance a lot, and that's actually where Showtime started. So
okay, so
it had nothing to do with me singing.
I can picture it though already. Showtime. You was the guy. You was like me. You was like me. You was like the guy that could sing the licks, but then you know every once in a while pull your shirt up, show a little chest. Is that you?
Right. Well, that's me now for sure. Like I said, in the dance troupe, I started off as the guy that didn't know how to do choreographed dancing at all, and so I worked my way up, and I finally had made a routine, and it was the Swiss Beach joint, Money in the Bank. But it starts off, it's Showtime, and that was like the first routine where I made the front. And put me, and so that's where that nickname came. Cause it's like, this is the one dance that you've been killing.
Yeah.
It's probably because it said it's Showtime, and so that's how that starts. And so that's how Showtime came about, and so it just stood from there. So it actually came from me in my dance troupe, nothing to do with singing at all.
That's crazy. So let's talk about college, man. Were you in a fraternity, and did you learn some dance moves in the fraternity as well, or just
right? Well, we stepped and we strolled. Yeah, I'm in Alpha Phi fraternity incorporated. Shout out to Iota Delta chapter down there at Florida State. What's good, bros?
Hey,
but yeah, we stepped and we strolled. I was step master during my time there at Florida State. So fun times.
That's cool. So after the first album, you got a nice little buzz going. You said there was 5 songs on that album?
Yeah, it was a 5-song EP.
After that, what'd you end up doing? Because you had a second album come out after that.
Yeah, that was 4 years. So the second album actually just came out last year.
Oh, really?
People think it's been so long. And I guess when it came out January 2020, January 22nd, 2020.
Yeah.
And then we hit the pandemic in March of 2020.
Oh, that's
and
right.
So what happened, I think, is people just had a lot more free time.
Yeah.
And so they spent time listening to the project. And then what happened was people were like, well, when's the next one dropping? And I was like, this one just came out.
Yeah.
What do you mean? But that one was called Love and Lust. That one has 8 songs on it. Yeah, that one, I really enjoyed creating that one as well. It was different from the first because the first one I tried to do all on my own. Like I solicited help here and there, but I was just really rushing to have something with my name on it out there. It was just like, boom, let's get it out. This one, I took a little bit more time with it. And so that one, you can hear the growth from the first one to the second one. And now in 2021, we have the third one out. And that one, even more growth from the second to the third one because I solicited even more help.
Let's break into it. Let's break into it, bro. Let's break into it. Because I absolutely, for me, I'm an artist myself, and I listen to everybody. I listen to all types of music. And when I heard, obviously, you sent me a couple of your songs before you released the album, just to give me a taste.
Right.
This is what's coming out. Take a listen. Let me know what you think. And you sent them to me, and I was like, I need to hear the full song. You gave me a little sample at first. I was like, I need to hear the full song because I liked what I heard. And so you sent them both to me. First one I got, I liked it, and then you sent me whatever it takes afterwards. You said this is gonna be the title of your album, and I was like, okay. And the first time I heard the song, I was like, this should be on the radio right now. It's that ready. No, bro, I'm not. I don't just pump people up. That ain't how I get down. Like I'm serious, bro. Like when, first time I heard that song, I was like, that's a hit. I mean, it's an absolute hit, and the songs that you put around it for the album are just they're in the right place. It's like they were put in the right place at the right time. So just so people that are watching, I'm not just pumping this dude up like you guys. All of his stuff is on all social media platforms. What do they do to look up this stuff? What are they gonna look up? What they look up?
Again, it's on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon. And you search Joshua Showtime Williams, it'll probably be the first thing that pops up. Will be that particular album since it's the latest release.
And guys, I'm gonna make sure before we are done here, I'm gonna put it in the comment box because people are asking, yo, where can I go to listen to it? So I'm gonna put it in the comment box. So for anybody that wants to hear this man's work, he has amazing line of work. 3 albums. He just said he's got 3 albums out. His new album just came out August 3rd.
It came out like the 3rd and 4th. Yep.
August 3rd, August 4th. The album is a hit. I listen to it pretty much every day. And I'm not biased to music, you guys. I listen to rock, I listen to rap, I listen to hip hop, I listen to R&B, I listen to gospel music. The album is legit. Make sure you go listen to it.
I appreciate
So
that.
let's talk about it. What is people gonna hear when they put in whatever it takes? Talk to us about it.
So this one was a different approach. This one, I mean, conceptually, whatever it takes is pretty much about the in-between stuff of a relationship. You know, most songs talk about either trying to get the girl. Most songs either talk about breaking up with the girl. This is the stuff like, what do we do when we come to a head in the middle? The ebbs and the flows. It didn't start off that way, but, you know, that's kind of the concept that flowed around it. So that's pretty much what they're going to hear. It's a story. I try my best to tell a story with this one. The first 2 was just more so like a collection of songs. This one is probably a little bit more connective tissue between each song. I tried to anyway. So yeah, I think this one is a decent story. I mean, hopefully everyone enjoys it, and then it leaves with what it ends with, whatever it takes.
So this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm doing to you right now, Josh. I know I'm coming heavy at you right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the album right now. I'm gonna pick out a song. Tell me a little about the song. All right. We're gonna go through 3 songs.
All right.
Not whatever it takes though, because I already know about that one. I'm gonna pick 3 songs off the album, and you tell me a little bit about that song. Okay?
All right.
All right. Here we go. Let me jump on my. All right. First song. Dance with me.
Dance with me. All right. So this particular project, I took my hands off of the producing side of my project. This is the first time that I was not like main producer on this project. Yep. So that was me, just taking the leap of faith and trusting someone else. So this song came about because the producer, my brother Drew, who was working, he's like, I want to do a New Jack Feel kind of song.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm down with that. I like New Jack Feel. And so we sat down and we listened to Just Got Paid. Then we listened to some Bobby Brown stuff.
Yeah.
Just to get us in that particular era. And he started playing a bass line. And then I came up with some synth keys. And then I was like, all right, well, we got to talk about something. And so we're in the middle of the project now. So obviously something has happened. Mm-hmm. This song I actually wrote second or third to last. So the order that they're in on the project, I didn't write them in that order.
Oh, okay.
But this one was probably written second to last. And I was like, we need something from the middle project, trying to break up the feel. Dance with me. Let's talk about a twist on date night is what it's supposed to be. I mean, I don't know if people catch that in the lyrics, maybe not, but it's a twist on date night where me and my lady, we go out to try to keep spicing up our relationship. We do like role playing. So I meet her in the club every weekend as if I'm a stranger.
Yeah.
And then we just spark conversation every weekend at a different spot, a lounge, a club, a restaurant. But this one's at the club. And so that's where Dance With Me came from. It was just having fun, just, a night out with your lady. Just have some fun.
And basically you guys are reliving the night.
Yeah.
Every time you go out, just to keep it fun and exciting. And
absolutely. Because
that's
I'm supposed
amazing.
to do, the overarching concept is I'm doing whatever it takes to keep this here. So if date nights and switching it up is what it takes, then date nights and switching it up is what it's gonna take.
Amazing. Good one. I like that. All right, good one. I'm glad I picked that one first. Next one, Karma.
This was actually a
I
Instagram
like this.
single.
This is the first song you sent me.
This was the second single of the project that came out before the album even dropped. This was the second single I had put out before the album. This started off as an Instagram song.
Okay.
I used to just freestyle some stuff on Instagram all the time with the 30 seconds that they gave us. And that song was one of those. So when we were doing the project, I was like, I have a song that I need to finish writing because I think it'll be dope. And so we brought that one to this project. Drew did his thing with the guitar and all the production around it. I mean, it is self-explanatory. It's, what goes around comes around. And so, she did her thing, and that was me addressing it.
Right.
And then even at the end, there's a line that kind of helps push us into the last song, whatever it takes, where it's like, yeah, karma, what goes around comes around, but this quite possibly could just be my karma coming to get me from any past things that I might have done that's not, from this relationship. And so, where do we stand now?
Okay. Well, me, I'm gonna go ahead and save number 3 and just go ahead and go with Nasty for number 3.
I mean, yeah, Nasty is, it's self-explanatory. Again, whatever it takes on the emotional front, the date nights, and then also making sure that your woman is pleased in the bedroom as well. I think that is absolutely most important if that is something that you two engage in, obviously. But if you're going to engage in it, you got to make sure that it is everything she wants it to be. So Nasty is very explicit. It's probably the most explicit sex song I've made to date. But that's about as explicit as I'll probably get. But I mean, it's a simple picture. I mean, I don't think I left any stone unturned on that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Nasty.
All right, so this is one thing that I gotta commend you on, man. As we've been kind of getting to this conversation, like the album, I didn't realize the impact of the song, the title of your album, and how every song that you put into the album has something to do with that title. There's not a lot of people that do that. You don't hear that a lot, and that's very impressive. That you made sure that each song has something to do with that particular title and how you incorporated it all together. That's very professionally done.
Yeah,
you don't hear that.
I was intentional about that once all the songs came together because, like I said, a couple of those songs were Instagram songs, and I was like, I have to make all of this fit together.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, the very first song on the intro, literally the first words out of my mouth are, I'll do whatever it takes. Like, that's the intro. And then when we get to the Nasty interlude, the background vocals are saying whatever it takes to
legit,
give us that. And then the very last song is titled Whatever It Takes. So that's all the way through. So I just wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page throughout the whole project.
Yeah, that's very impressive. I was just thinking about that as you were going through the songs and how you, anytime you introduced a song or talked about a song, you always made sure to start off whatever it takes.
Yeah, it was tricky because I didn't know how karma was going to fit up in here. To be honest,
because karma's it's not necessarily a positive thing. Sometimes,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
And so I got lucky because Whatever It Takes was the very last song that I wrote.
Yeah.
And so I put karma right before it because Whatever It Takes kind of answers is like the response to karma.
Basically incorporating that, you may have the ups and downs and the highs and lows, but with that karma, if this relationship is what I truly want to have at the end of it all, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make sure that I fix it.
I see, exactly. Give me 1 second. I gotta let this dog in the house.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Do your thing. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I will make sure that I drop the information to go and check out his album. The brand new album came out August 3rd, 2020. It's called Whatever It Takes. Like he said, there's all types of music. You're going to hear everything. It's not just about whatever it takes in the positive side of the relationship. It's whatever it takes in the negative as well. It's how you incorporate, how you fix things, how you keep it spicy, how you keep it dicey. You know, when you seem like you have turned all your stones, what can we do to hit that next one and take it to a level that we haven't touched yet? So the album's amazing. I listen to it. It's on rotation right now. I promise you guys, I'll be listening to it all the time. I absolutely love the album.
I appreciate that.
So what's next, man? What's next moving forward?
Well, right now, like I said, I'm back to gigging again. I do a lot of corporate band stuff right now for the remainder of the year and most of next year, just trying to financially bounce back from 2020.
Yeah.
But also next year, though, you know, God willing, if things are opening up how I hope they will, I'll start looking to actually do my music again at live events and stuff, because I haven't done that in about a year and a half. So what's next is, you know, still practicing the craft,
Yeah.
keys and bass, but we'll start doing shows again when, you know, it's safe to do so.
Right, for sure. Well, man, let me ask you. I'll just ask you a couple more questions. If there's anybody out there that's watching and have any questions for Josh, please drop them in the comments. We'll ask him whatever while we got him here. It's 11:33. It's 11:33 here. What is it? 1:33 over there.
Mm-hmm.
So we got about 15, 20 minutes if need. So if anybody wants to ask anything, please do. But Josh, like, do you have any brothers, sisters sing or anything like that?
Yeah, so I have one younger brother, Jacob. He's my one biological brother. You know, my family, my parents adopted so many kids along the way. You know how that is. We're all cousins or something like that.
Yeah.
But no, one biological younger brother, he sings a little bit. He plays guitar and fiddle and all these other things. His name is Jacob. He's 30.
Okay.
So yeah, but everybody in the family sings and plays an instrument.
Nice. When did you first start getting into the instruments?
I started playing keys when I was 4, piano when I was 4. Same time I started singing and doing everything else.
Cool,
so yeah,
that's cool. I never learned how to like play keys. Like I didn't learn any of that stuff like this. I was blessed to be around a lot of talented people that knew how to do all that part. All they wanted me to do was show up and sing the chords that they wanted me to. That was it. No, you sing this chord, then you go up here. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in the church choir, then I went to school choir, and you know I did all the choirs. But then when I got into groups with singers, I was fortunate enough to be around people that were way more talented than me. I mean, I wanted to learn it all. Obviously, I got a guitar and. Matter of fact, I got 2 guitars in my room, but do I know how to play them? I'm not quite there yet.
Understood.
I can pluck a couple chords, but you know I ain't gonna go out on stage and show out and act.
Understood. That's me right now with the bass. I'm not stage ready yet, but you know I'm working on it.
Yeah, but you be doing those TikTok videos showing them what you all about, man.
The R&B music on bass is a little simple because you know it's only like 4 notes I gotta hit, so that's easy. That's easy.
So, have you experienced love before in your life, man?
You said, how did I?
Have you?
Have I? Yes, I have.
You've been in love before? You ever been married?
No, never been married. I don't have any kids of my own either. Not biological.
Single?
Yep, I'm single.
I'm sure the ladies are probably wondering, is he single?
No, I'm single. I'm unmarried. I have no kids. It's just me at the moment.
Yeah. So what do you do when you're not playing keys and not singing? What do you do?
Oh,
to keep yourself happy?
at the gym working out, playing basketball. I like to bowl. I like to eat, sleep, watch movies.
Yeah. Are you a hooper?
Yeah.
Can you hoop?
We get busy. Yeah, we get busy.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So how tall are you? You about 6'1"?
I'm 6'3".
6'3", man. Stop it.
Yep. 6'3", 210.
Slim trim.
Yes, sir.
That's cool. That's cool. And you do a little bowling too. Are you any good at bowling?
Yep. I'm getting better at bowling. I've done a few leagues. My average is probably up to about 195, 200 consistently. Okay. My high is about my highs are 280.
280
is my high. That's my highest.
My high is 245. We may have to link up one time, man.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
It's been a minute, but I'm always ready for a little match or two.
I'm with it. I'll bring the ball and shoes. We can do it.
Okay, I got a question for you. Is you and your brother going to do anything together?
Uh, Jacob, let me see. There's nothing. I haven't talked to him about doing anything together. I actually got him into a band that I was playing in
Mhm.
in St. Louis. So now, and I'm not in that band anymore, but he's still doing that. So we played together a few times, a few weeks. I think that's been the extent of the things that we've done together. In
Mhm.
terms of like a studio project or a recording, I'm not sure about that.
Gotcha.
We'll see. Jacob has a completely different style than I do. He likes the folk and he's more on the rock side of things,
Okay.
which I enjoy to listen to. I just don't sing it too much.
Have you ever thought about doing any type of rock music? You ever
I do rock
listen to
music
it?
on the weekends when I have to perform at these corporate events. I mean,
Yeah.
but in terms of writing rock music, no, I haven't considered.
Really?
I think the first genre I would consider doing if it wasn't R&B would probably be country
Oh, okay.
before rock.
Because country and R&B kind of kind
Yes,
of
it would be
mesh.
an easier transition.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure, for sure. I've been trying to do the exact same thing, man. Just try to venture away from what I'm used to doing, just to just to explore your your
Yeah,
your
so I
ability.
sing all genres. But what I write for
Right.
me is R&B. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Like I still remember you doing that the one show we did, the one love show we did. It was probably I think it was probably like almost a year ago to the day. It
Yeah.
was I think it was in September though, the beginning of September we did. But in your set, all the songs that you chose, you did. I still remember. Like I never forget the Too Close. You did Too Close.
Oh
You
yeah.
did Bobby Brown. That set was off the chains, man. It was flawless. You went all the way in, and I mean, I knew what to expect, but like all the songs that you had pretty much performed are songs that I performed too. I'm like, man, this dude, we got the same,
Yeah, yeah. I like my
same.
'90s R&B for sure.
So let me ask you about that too, because obviously we both have a love for '90s R&B. What is your take on music today in R&B today?
I enjoy the R&B music today. Um, I think maybe I guess maybe not necessarily all the mainstream R&B that you might catch on the radio that they just play over and over again.
Yeah,
But I mean, I think there's a lot of dope artists out there. I think she's a problem,
yeah, she's dope. She's dope.
as well
She's
as
real
Jasmine
dope.
Sullivan. I like people like Gene Noble. I've been listening to a lot of his stuff lately on my Spotify.
Yeah,
But I think R&B is in a good spot. It's different
it's way different.
than obviously, but different's not bad.
Right, right, right.
Different's just different. But these these kids are talented out here. I'll say that for sure. They are very talented.
Is there anybody locally that you have heard? Obviously, you've been really busy with your project and getting back on the scene of making money, doing what you love to do. But have you heard anybody, or has anybody put anyone into your ear that locally we need to watch out for that's coming out?
I don't know. That'd be unfair for me to say because I'd be missing some people. And I'm not sure if they're working on anything at the moment right now. There's a couple people I've met in the St. Louis area that are dope vocalists that I know have said they're working on something.
Hmm.
Like a brother of mine, Justin Hoskin. Um, he's working on his project. Letitia Lynn, she was on The Voice. I think she's probably one of the dopest vocalists I've ever heard
Oh, really?
in my
Okay.
life. She's amazing. And both of them, they're coming out of St. Louis. So I would say the main one is Justin though, because I know he's working on a project for sure. I'm
Mm.
not too sure about Tish just yet, but Justin for sure. Justin Hoskins,
Okay.
Hoskins.
Real quick, I want to have give a shout out. What up, Felicia? I see you. Nice. She said '90s R&B is where it's at. Nicole said the '90s was the best. Kimberly Bowie's in the building. What's up, Kimberly? How you doing? She said, "What's up, Josh?" And
Hey,
then I got a question for you from Elizabeth Hunter.
you
She
don't have
said,
to answer. No, you don't have to ask no questions from Elizabeth.
"You know her personally?"
I do.
Okay. She said, "What current artist would you like to collaborate with?"
Ooh, a current artist I would like to collaborate with. I would like, there's a couple people. I would like, before he retires, it would have been nice to collab with Tank.
Ooh, good one, good one.
La, 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 la. Like I said, Gene Noble for sure. I've been heavy on his music right now. I like what he's doing. And her.
Yeah, those Tank is a great start though. Tank's one of my faves, man. And to think, he was a background singer.
Yeah,
He
oh yeah,
started off as a background singer, and now he's blowing
right.
up the spot every time he hit the stage.
Yep.
Yep, great one, great one. Her for sure. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, what was I was about to ask you? Michael said he subscribed to you. He said he likes your music.
I
Said he
appreciate that. I appreciate that.
But guys, man, everybody coming on late. Everybody's here. What's up, y'all? Everybody that's in the house, if you're brand new, say what's up to Josh Showtime Williams. His album is freshly out. August 3rd is when it came out. It is it's 9 songs or 8 songs?
It's 7 songs plus an interlude. So 8 tracks, but 7 songs.
8 song album. I'm telling you guys, we've been chopping it up about the album. The album is fire.
I appreciate that.
It's fire. It's called Whatever It Takes. If you guys haven't heard, I've been posting it all week long, getting you guys prepared. And yeah, we just been chopping it up and talking about what's old, what's new, and who this guy is that is putting out this amazing music that we haven't really got a feel of until now. So yeah, it is what it is. So guys, I'm not gonna keep you guys too much longer. If you guys have any other questions, please make sure you ask them real quick. We're gonna go ahead and close up shop, but I'm just thankful that Josh, you made time to make this happen for us.
I appreciate you having me.
Like I said, anytime you have something coming up and you need my help, I always got your back, bro. Like,
appreciate that.
I'm a writer too, man. I'm a writer too.
I got you.
I do a couple licks if you look up some of those type of those licks that you do, and I got a couple of those in the bag of tricks.
I'm with it. This project, Whatever It Takes, is the first time that I had 2 people help me with some of the writing on it.
Oh, really?
Yep. So I mean, I'm open. I'm down.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like like when I was doing music, years ago, I wrote all my songs. I wrote over 70 songs, and I didn't really. I wasn't against people writing for me. I just know my voice better than anybody else does, and I know my mind and my heart and my thoughts, and so I just wrote a lot of stuff. But this was after being in a group with a bunch of writers,
right?
So I had got groomed a little bit for my own albums. You know what I'm saying? So when I finally released my stuff, it was all me. And so, but I don't do that anymore. I just write. I just love to write and sing. And so, like, trust me, bro. If you ever need a couple songs, I got you.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind for sure.
Throw me on the album. But yeah, for sure. Michael's like, no problem, bro. Us singers, we got to stick together.
Absolutely.
Michael's a great singer as well. Shout out to Michael. He's new. I met him last year as well. He's a talented brother that's just new to the music scene, but got a great voice and
dope.
Yeah, he's a pretty dope guy as well. But guys, we're gonna go ahead and close up shop. I think we had a great interview today. Josh, man, I thank you again. Guys, don't forget to go and listen to the album. Not just that album, listen to all the albums.
Yeah.
He got 3 albums that he released. Obviously, the new one is my fave right now. It's the one that I'm vibing with. But all of his music is great music. It's the type of music that you want to listen to when you want to get in the car and just go cruising and hear good quality music. The man plays instruments. The man sings his own music. He's that legit. Please make sure you guys continue to support local artists. I mean, because if we don't support each other, who will? You know what I'm saying? So let's go. Thank you again. Nicole, thank you for being here. She said bye. Have a great day.
Bye, Nicole.
Guys, like I said, continue to support us. Next week is our first week back to school week. So I'm excited. I'm gonna be with a good friend of mine that I've known for many years. Her name is Bernadette Ray. She is the principal of Wilson High School. It's a different name, but we're gonna get into it next year. We're gonna talk all about the changing of the name, changing of the guard, how she's doing and what she's doing now. But back to school week starts next week. So, guys, please make sure you guys check out Circle Talk next week. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. It's been an amazing show. We're glad we're back. My guy is in the building.
Yes,
Showtime.
sir.
Make sure you guys go and listen to the album. I will drop all the information for anybody that is interested in obviously downloading and hearing all of his music. I'll put it in the inbox once we're finished for the day. But on behalf of the Circle, thank you guys for being here. It's your boy DH. You got Showtime in the building. We out of here. Y'all have a
Peace.
wonderful rest of your day. We'll talk to you later. All right, peace.